just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
You just saw it right there. 30k is on the line for both teams, as already GamerLegion is up ahead with one single map. It seems like much more could come out of the squad of Windigo right now. It's about time, dear Dean, that we actually see that happening. It's about time that the Purple Owls start biting.
Well, it should be about time, Zesht. Is it actually going to be the time for them to step up? We're just going to have to wait and see. That's all we can do. It's certainly going to be an interesting game that we have coming up here on Mirage. As we said, it could be another close one because it is a solid map for both sides. We said in general, these two teams, they share a bit of a map pool. But if we see the form of Windigo coming onto Mirage that we've seen back on Overpass and that we've seen over these past couple of weeks in general, then I don't think I have a lot of faith in them. I feel like GamerLegion right now certainly are looking like the better team.
Yeah, fully agreed. Fully agreed on that, especially The way they have played Mirage, the way they have played Overpass in their style was very enjoyable. Windigo most likely a very aggressive squad, I would say overall. Once more, just before we head into it, so the viewers got a statistical check on it, it is actually GamerLegion who have played this map overall 6 times in the last 3 months, with 4 victories against teams like Epsilon, Prosto, Chaos, or No Chance. Whilst on the other side, we're talking about Windigo, who have played it 26 times, with 17 out of 26 times they have won this specific battleground, with wins against Fnatic, Sprout, or the non-existent Devils 1 lineup. So once more promising numbers, once more promising teams that got taken out by Ships and his crew, but we have seen that those numbers can lie, and they have pretty much showed us previously how much it can go downhill for the favorites.
Yeah, that's the thing about Counter-Strike. It's not about what you've done in the past, it's about what you do on that day. It's what you do in that moment, and that's what can lead to the victory or not. And there we go. Actually, the aggression has been caught initially. HS still alive, though, finds one, goes for the swing, and in the meantime will be dropped, of course. That Glock up close, but Scream has again been able to trade it back. A 3-on-3. As it looks like Windigo, they have actually managed to creep a player in towards jungle, so this potentially could be a B split that they aim towards.
And you might be right.
Quickly stop.
Yeah, just quickly stop. Poison was like, I'm going to lurk around, do James Bond, but Full of the Night, he's not going to be the actor for the next movie, as Nakta waits close up, and I'm not so sure if he's on the radar for the Windigo site. Most definitely not. He's trying to buy his team some time, comes with him another body shot, and Nak is reigning supreme. Nobody's allowed to come close, no bomb to the ground. The Swede does it all on his own. There you see it again. Bang. I got you as well. No problem.
Not the start Windigo would have hoped for. We're able to come into this one with pistols, Kevlar, utility again. But right now, GamerLegion off to another solid start. This is what they wanted. They want to try and continue on. Don't even have a little pause between that previous map. Just come straight in, resume, pick up where you left off. And that seems like it certainly could be the case, as long as they overcome this force fight. The quick play going to be coming through, actually. HS in a bit of trouble. The Molotov didn't completely extinguish, and that caused them to be tagged down and eventually finished off by Blocker. Existence in the corner. It's not a great spot for getting more than a single frag as he goes down as well. As now it's a 3 versus 3, so there's actually a pretty good chance there for Windigo. They can make this one work.
And it can make this one work. But with 2 Deagles, you gotta hit your shots in 99% of the cases, otherwise you're taken out with ease. Ships and Bubble is a good combination. Most definitely a squad that can prevail with those. Talking about it. 1 in the leg, 1 in the chest, Hamp is down, and Scream gotta rotate over to B immediately, because otherwise it might be too much time that has passed before he can actually intervene.
Scream going to be coming up through short, of course. As you said, it's taken a while for him to rotate over. Does fortunately have a defuse kit at least to work with, and also a smoke. So
yeah,
that is a big positive. But towards the back of the bomb site Bubble right now, playing from bench, looking to just try and run down the time, as Scream seems to expect him to be towards the apartments. Just taps the bomb, now knows the position, and he's actually just going to try and go for the stick. Oh,
don't do it.
He can't get a lineup for the knife. He's standing in front of him. Scream has an easy defuse, but then he goes down to the knife for Bubble. But I don't think he cares too much. He got the round win. The only issue is now, looking at the economy of both teams, it's actually Windigo who have I was going to say better economy, which, I mean, they do kind of. At least onto a couple of players because of the AUG being saved over. They can bring it on up as well. The AUG, of course, as we said, saved. The Galil. It's a similar buy for both sides.
Yeah, it is. It only came down to just that one knife that really made it possible that Windigo is able to accumulate enough money for that AWP. Poison now also got to make it work because, well, his dear friend worked very hard to get that long stick rifle in his hands. Now I'm looking very much forward to see what they can do, but it's about time, isn't it? Because Hampus He's ruling out the B positioning. Players could just come anytime soon onto the site. HS is aware of it and a bit of danger. Surely he just needs to wait it out. He hears the flames. Bubble on top is going to be eliminated. And the MP9 does a brilliant job in just doing it all one by one. Ships and Poison are in major trouble. Knack is holding it down. And the Guardian is going to be supported by Hampus, who comes in from the back. Says knock knock. Poison, how you doing? He's out. And only a Deagle left alive.
Yeah, you could see he was maybe considering a knife there before he began to move forward, but the safer approach being taken. I was going to say maybe he can revenge Scream, of course, or avenge him, rather. But yeah, 3-0. GamerLegion off to a quick start. That round a little bit cleaner. Still not perfect, though. They did end up losing a couple of players, so overall Windigo could be happy with the damage that they've done. But of course, they can't get a full buy into this one. Blocker gets an AK and Kevlar out. Elsewhere, though, it's pistols. A bit of Kevlar as well, so there's still a good chance for them to continue on with the damage. But on paper, this should be GamerLegion taking a quick 4-0 start.
A quite good start indeed. Shouldn't really result in too much trouble for the GamerLegion side, though. You know, I think Counter-Strike and Force Buys are a bit like a Kinder Surprise, you know? In every 7th egg, there's something sick, right? The other 6, bad toys, a 4-piece puzzle, whatever it is. But the number 7 of it, that's like the sick toy. I don't know, the one that can fly or something like that. And that's actually, I think, a good metaphor for Force Buys.
Okay.
Don't at me.
Makes sense. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. Some of them work out. It's not down to the Force Buy itself, it's more about how they play it.
True.
So, that is kind of the thing. But yeah, right now this investment, although it wasn't a full Force Buy, they did put a pretty decent amount of investment into it. So the fact that they don't get a single frag from it is a little bit upsetting. It allows for GamerLegion to build up some money as well, make up for those previous rounds that were a bit closer than they would have hoped for. But now Windigo, they're coming onto the full buy, and as we can see, a pause has been called through. Not sure who this is by, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it's Windigo, because if they lose this first gun round now, then they're in just such a difficult position. GamerLegion at that point likely taking 6-0 already. And at that point, then Windigo, you have to be worried about their mentality, coming off the back of a 16-5 loss as well back on Overpass, if I remember correctly.
And that 4-0 lead for Knack and his crew is going to give them especially a good situation when it comes down to their economy. As a TT, you really have a tough time in most cases to amass any big bucks in their bank account. But it's about time for Windigo to show a sign of life. Once more, the team that has not struggled in the beginning phase of Overpass that turned around quite massively, and now Windigo, look how hesitant they are. They seem somewhat anxious. Surely they're trying to go for much as possible on the B site. But still, on every other position, they remain rather patient, rather hesitant.
Yeah, and this is strange, because normally Windigo are a team, kind of, as I said, when we were getting onto Overpass, when I thought they were going to start on the T side, I kind of like to see that, because they play a very high-paced style, rather. They can control the game, and especially when your opponents aren't warmed up, that can be great for getting off the solid starts. But no, today's been a struggle. They've been slow starts non-stop for Windigo, and they just seem to be working off of the back foot at all times. Back against the wall, quite literally for Victor, as he sets up that smoke. I believe thrown over towards window, or it may have been actually towards the top of connector, I'm not too sure. But either way, we can see that the goal is for them to try and take it on towards this A-bomb site.
Right. And what GamerLegion has done was not pick an aggressive stance. This is so brilliant. They have waited out to use their utility. They have not taken any early control for no apparent reason, because they know about the buy round of Windigo, so they would have maybe been punished for some of their moves. But talking about being punished, HS is down. Same goes for Existence. The A site becomes a slaughterhouse, but it's Knock intervening. One frag comes in, the second is going to be denied. And the bomb is about to hit the ground just immediately, as now Hampus and Scream going to clean up the mess that has been made over there on A. It's gonna be difficult to retrieve the shattered glass and glue it back together, but both have a chance, both stand a chance, and they really commit. They pull through, and they make their move on the side, silent and steady, as Poison, Victor, and Co are just waiting out for the right timing. Perfect molly. One player disabled, another one to come, takes down Victor. Oh, but Scream from the smoke is now gonna come in, but he doesn't He doesn't stand a chance. He realizes it. No possibility. And even eliminates it. So close, Dean. So close.
Yeah, it just about inched in favor of Windigo. A round that was very much needed. But we should see a buy coming back out anyway over on the GamerLegion side. They'll try and return it. We can see Hampus currently though being the frag leader. Not normally a player that we look towards to be up there towards the top of the scoreboard. But he always was a pretty solid fragger. I feel like he hasn't been given too much room to frag in this role, but even when he was an in-game leader back on those Swedish lineups, I felt like he was a pretty consistent fragger overall.
Yeah. He has a very aggressive style to himself. You saw it from time to time when he was playing a terrorist role. It's very... I think unique would be too much of an excellent word, but... let's say outstanding. It's very, very enjoyable to watch, but... what's very enjoyable to watch, hopefully, is Windigo bouncing back after losing the first map. An early sign of life is, let's say, appreciated, perhaps needed.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see any signs of life on the previous map, so it's good we finally get a pulse.
Yeah.
And Poison, he's actually managed to take down Scream. Scream, he is certainly human. Poison flown through his veins and quickly eliminated from this round. 4-on-5, so this is a good chance. If Windigo take this round, then GamerLegion at that point put onto an eco. We should see Windigo then bringing it up to 3, and quickly they will have recovered from that deficit that they had early on.
The matter of fact for me is right now, you see that Knack is so aggressive in the apartments on B. It must be GamerLegion now having the realization this is going only towards the A side, where they have now put the majority of their soldiers at. The Legion is waiting out for the attack of the opposing faction. That's going to be initiated by Bubble. He's out, and HS knows he got to change up his position, but he's directly going to be flanked. Hampus now needs to rule them out, but no chance for the site of GamerLegion. One after another, executed and taken out. Therefore, no real buy coming in. It's the eco that is finally on the site for Scream & Co. That could be the moment where Windigo is able to just feel a bit of relief, you know, breathe through. Okay, you know, we had a rough start. Now we can bounce back.
Yeah, and they're the kind of rounds that I normally expect to see from Windigo when they're on point. They're just ones where you barely get to see anything, and it's just headshots filling up the kill feed. That's like they're so quick that the observer barely gets to swap between the players. That's when Windigo rather are on point. I said Vertigo for some reason. I don't know why that's in my mind. I've been casting it a lot lately. I think I've casted it like 9 or 10 times already. But yeah, this is better. I want to see Windigo, if they warm up here now on the Decisive Mirage, bring it up to 6 or 7 rounds, even just grind them out, then I feel like they definitely can bring this back and take it onto a third map as well with that, of course.
Oh,
if we do go to a map 3, this 2 would be a spicy one for sure.
Oh yeah.
The individual battle between these two teams.
Nice. I mean, especially if Poison and Chips as a duo wake up. What they're capable of doing sometimes seems near godlike, as they sit in the Olymp and just rain down lightnings, bombs, B-52s, whatever it is. GamerLegion, in this one, they won't stand a chance, of course. In this one, it's about, let's say, damage control, or just more likely doing damage, to put it that way.
Yeah, let's see though. Maybe there's a chance for a couple of frags to be found here on the exits. You can see they are looking for them. There's actually a nice dink on the Bubble. Drops him the 49. Default pistol at that range, not amazing, but Bubble still doesn't want to risk it. He's going to back off and go ahead and leave with his teammates. As you can see though, Existence also in a decent position. Oh, he's going straight down. Just the second he turned around, Poison peeks around the corner. Free headshot. Existence literally just gifted himself over. But there's one knock at the end. Weapon actually is going to be retrieved as well. That's an AK picked up. That's a really good find. Especially considering when you look at their money, they're averaging just around 4,400 or so. Meaning if they had to buy rifles onto everyone, they would have very, very little utility. They're still not going to have a lot, but Knock will be able to get quite a bit alongside even a defuse kit. And he keeps a lot of money instead of getting something like a Molotov or a nade out. That's interesting.
Very much indeed. It's pure headshot. All needed for the GamerLegion side, as they're back on decent weaponry. two players massively, or fairly wounded to say it like that. HS as well as Existence need to apply the bandages to the wounds they have. 48 and 68. It's not the most comfortable spot to be in from start on, but no frags so far on any of the sites. A slow build-up from Windigo, who are now trying to attack in an A-split fashion. As you see players coming from mid, two from main, one into Palace. Blocker most definitely saw Existence, but he got a supporter with him, and he is just quite lucky to still survive. The attack coming in anytime soon, and Windigo, they gotta make it work on every single step.
Yeah, or with every jump, because Scream trying to jump up onto the bricks is quickly taken down. Ship's also going to drop HS, and with that now you can see the A-bomb site being severely weakened as the split's going to come true. Although one avenue potentially could be shut down. Already a kill towards Window coming through. Blocker, of course, on low HP on mid. He could get finished off very, very easily, and indeed he does.
Oh, Knock.
Existence is given the opportunity, but it's all on Knock, and he's only allowed to find one before being traded on. That will be Windigo again pulling around in their favor, just about. But importantly, 4-4 now, and with the economy of GamerLegion, this should actually be Windigo taking the lead for what I believe is the first time in the series.
Actually, at least on this map, but in the series, we funny-wise, and that's something to touch on, we funny-wise saw GamerLegion actually being down 0-3, and then they bounced back massively. Yeah.
I forgot about that, yeah. I'm silly. Apology. Again,
happens.
Bad memory. We went over this earlier. I'm Irish as well, Potato Brain.
How does Irish go along with potato?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
There was a whole lack of potatoes at one point.
Really?
Yeah, we had a massive famine.
I mean, Germans are called potatoes as well, so.
It is okay.
So I mean, it could be just a potato cast if you say it like that.
Potato cast. Okay.
Potato cast.
Does that not just mean it's bad quality?
I wouldn't I mean, it could be that, right? You say potato quality, but
yeah.
I mean, potatoes are, in my eyes, a good vegetable, right?
Oh, yeah, no, potatoes are amazing.
You know, it's actually potato shaming, what's being done on the internet, and somebody should intervene at one point. Get it trending.
No, potatoes should just be left alone. They've struggled through adversity. Again, as I said, famines and stuff. Let the potato live in peace.
Yes,
Although
agreed.
eating it isn't really peace, but eat them anyway, they're nice.
100%. And as the match is paused...
Yeah, that's why we're chatting absolute bollocks right now.
I'm 100% fine with it, very honestly.
As am I. That's what I do when it's paused. I just turn it into a podcast.
It's on to a podcast. I do actually do a podcast.
You do? Oh,
it's in German. It's in German.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get Google Translate hooked up.
I don't know if that... Yeah, but then you also at the same time have to translate another few persons talking, you know? It's...
True, that'd be difficult, yeah.
So...
Get an English edition eventually.
Get an English... That is possible. But I think... Yeah, I think a podcast with Mitch would be...
That'd be interesting,
That would be actually amazing.
I'm still going to stick with that. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm going to call it amazing. I know why you say that, but, you know...
I don't know. I wonder how long your Twitch channel or wherever you're streaming it would last before getting banned.
Listen, you have to make this. You have to let it stay arcane. Don't introduce him as Mitch Man. You know, introduce him as
Mitchell.
something else. As Mitchell Mc.
Danny McBride.
Danny McFry.
Danny McFry? No, Danny McBride. He looks like a young version of Danny McBride.
I don't even know who that is.
He's an actor. Just look him up.
Is it an Irish actor?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is he? No, he's not. He's American.
He's American.
You'll definitely recognize him. He's been in movies with
What's his name? Danny McBride.
Yeah, Danny McBride. You'll definitely recognize him.
Let me see. Danny McBride, Arizona. Let me see if I know this face.
And Mitch's name is Mitch McBride. So
I know.
I piss him off by calling him Danny McBride every now and again.
Oh yeah, he actually has high similarities.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Although Danny McBride is a lot more talented.
Talented or taller?
Both.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know what height he is. Okay, he's 1.78 meters. That's definitely taller than Mitch.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him. He doesn't deserve that.
Don't deserve for wrecked.
You don't deserve for wrecked.
Do you know who don't deserve for wrecked? Windigo.
Yeah,
and that's not happening right now. They're coming back into it.
They do.
They do deserve for wrecked.
No. They do come back. They don't deserve for wrecked.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. Hold your horses. same goes
I
for...
don't have any horses.
Me neither, but it seems like
I've
HS...
got my horses in the back.
Overall, Windigo is taking the A side control, riding on the horses on the side in a fast and speedy movement. This blocker throws a perfect grenade. It actually looked like it, just got bamboozled. Bomb's about to be brought to ground. GamerLegion should not be able to prevail in any manner in round number 9. And, well, good night blockers, at least the message from Scream, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the lead for Windigo, and they can once more snatch it. After a 3-0 start and overpass, they have never been in the driver's seat again. Now, things have turned around, and GamerLegion might, just a might, start to struggle here.
Yeah, they've finally got their license. Windigo, they were struggling for a while. They were bussing to and fro each round, but they've done it. They've got the driver's seat, as you said. That was very long-winded, apologies. But yeah, Scream, you got one kill in anyway. A little bit of damage being put through. Nothing too substantial, though. Unfortunately, Windigo at this point building up a relatively decent economy. They have enough in the reserve for a buy or two. As we see another pause coming through. And I would go ahead and speculate that this one is most likely tactical, and it's probably for GamerLegion. Because at this point, they realize how important this gun round is. They've really begun to kind of lose control. Here we go.
Yep, here we go.
I hear a tick in the chat. We can't see the chat, of course, but that probably indicates that the pause is about to be removed. And as you can see, the buy coming through for GamerLegion. Let's see what way it goes. Knock can get an up. Will they consider a second up? No, it doesn't seem so, because if they were gonna it, then it probably would have had to have been bought up by either Hampus or Existence. Unless HS wants to go glass cannon, which would be an interesting choice.
Very much indeed. As Tim Jonathan is not there with the glass cannon, but fairly under-equipped, to say it like that. Full armor for sure, but otherwise just USPS and a bit of utility. Aggressive stance in combination with Hampus, and if that is going to pay off early on, doesn't seem to be the case, because Windigo is directly avoiding any fights, dip out, and let GamerLegion have this top mid control. A very useful piece, you have to say, but Bubble just plays around it, waits until the smoke fades, and Existence, he's not even ready for it, but he has not been spotted, and both IGLs, they're missing out on each other, and so Windigo once more takes the lead, as their aggressive stance, their aggressive behavior is gonna be rewarded with 2 or now 3, make it 4 frags anytime soon. Ships, you gotta hit those. Waiting it out. Just take your time, Scream. Don't worry, it even works. Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god.
I mean, at least it doesn't affect the outcome of the round. That's a positive. Bubble comes in and deals with Scream, finally. But yeah, 6-4, Windigo taking another gun round. And the confidence that we're seeing from them right now is what I felt they were lacking back on Overpass. They had started on that CT side, they got off to a slow start, and when they went onto the T side, they weren't showing any confidence. They were a bit scared. You were even saying how kind of slow they were playing in a lot of those rounds, which is the defaults coming in pretty much every single time. Right now, they're willing to make the plays, and that's what they need. It feels like the team has kind of built around that, in all honesty. And they certainly do, as you said, have the individual skill for it with the likes of Poison and Chips.
Yeah.
Not so much in the previous round. But still, overall, a very solid duo, and as is Blocker. He's going to be just walking onto the A-bomb site. It is, of course, an eco that they're up against, but it's always nice to deal with these pistols efficiently. But Knock, he comes in and he's going to have a try and have a say in this round.
Yeah, he himself said, knock, knock. Any problem if I shoot you in the head? And obviously, Windigo didn't even have a say in this, but with the weaponry that's on the side of the GamerLegions, it should not work out in the end, as they don't try their best to do a few frag-worthy clips. I actually had a theory once in a while, but that was back when this was Existence Galaxy and it was a full Swedish lineup. I said that at one point, and it was in combination with Excuser, we said if the Swedes all take their passport out, put it on the table, and have a deagle in their hands, they're gonna win a round only with the deagles. And I remember it worked, specifically the round where we explained the strategy. It sometimes is something magic. It's something supernatural with Swedish deagles. You can't explain it, but it works.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't work in that round, but
No.
they did at least get a kill. I mean, if they had 5 Swedes, 5 Deagles...
Yes, that's a different
in
story.
Theory, yeah, because then if it is that they all get the 1 kill, then it's a round win. But yeah, Deagles can be scary, especially if the players are on point. Then it's just as good as a rifle, because if you're just aiming for the head, hitting every first bullet anyway, if you're in that zone, which I'm sure everyone knows, you hit another level that you don't think you're capable of playing at, and then a few minutes later, you're a few games later, maybe you're terrible, or maybe you're back to your normal level, and you're just like, I'm so terrible. But yeah, 7-4, Windigo looking good. GamerLegion, they need to get back into this right now. And Victor doesn't want to allow that. He's already got an opening, drops down the ladder into HS though. And although he will get returned on, Poison comes in with a quick wall bang. He doesn't even need to see his opponent.
That's ridiculous. He just shotgunned him, no scope through the plywood. That's where Bubble and Co might just have a good saying in this round again. Hampus rather retreats as he himself is on 19 HP. His teammates are also running out of options. But the funny part is, it's only 2 obstacles on their way on the A site. The only real problem could become ships at that point once they feel too comfortable taking A. But mission aborted could be very realistic. Mission aborted could be the main goal, and mission aborted would make a lot of sense right now. Scream and Co. falling down round after another. And funny-wise, Jardine, this is already 2 rounds and possibly 3 rounds more than they have gained back on Overpass, their own map pick.
And that's in a row. They were down 4-0. They've now taken 8 rounds in a row. This has been a bit of a struggle for GamerLegion, and I feel like map 3 is getting more and more likely. Dust 2, certainly, as we said, would be a great matchup between these 2 teams. But for the sake of GamerLegion, you want to see them step up and put up a fight here. This is their map choice. Right now, it's just not looking good. We've seen Windigo lose their map choice very convincingly. You just want to see close CS. If you're a fan of CS, you want to see entertaining CS. We know both of these teams are capable of it. But right now, it's kind of they're swapping back and forth between who's struggling.
Yep. Agreed. And it's a funny Counter-Strike phenomenon, right? When you see actually the team that has not picked the map lose their map pick and the other way around, it's so CS. I would say it's so CS. Because
yeah, but you see, the thing is, especially for ones where you have a good idea about why the veto is going to go down, and for example, these 2 teams knew they were playing each other at least since yesterday. They've probably done some research, so they're going to look at the map that they expect their opponent to choose. If they choose that map, then they're well prepared. I feel like that might be what it is. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I just wanted to get that in quickly.
No, all fine. No, I get you. I do get you. And you are right. Iradine, you are right, but I still gotta say that it surprises me. Let's say it that way. It still surprises me. Because for me personally, right, on both, I would have said bold faces, but I would have said, you know what, 2-0 Windigo. I would have said 2-0 Windigo. If this is their day, if they are feeling fine, not even extraordinarily good, if they feel fine, 2-0. But after Overpass, where they looked shockingly weak, like they just woke up 10 minutes ago, this is where I started to worry. And this is where, right now, surely Mirage is where once more both teams are stronger on the CT side from a statistical point of view. GamerLegion might collapse, and they have to then bring it on the third.
Yeah, that's the issue. I don't know. Windigo, they've woken up, as you said. They're playing like rank 15 Windigo. They're not playing like that previous Overpass Windigo. Also, I do have to run and grab my door quickly. I'm sorry, there's no one else in my house, and my doorbell just...
That's fine. Don't worry. You can open your door as much as you like. The man left me. That's fine. Now it's HS, trying his best to not leave his team alone. Scream, though, assists perfectly. And there we go. That is the control of the team of GamerLegion we have seen previous. All done right. All done correctly. And there they go for the 5th. Was needed. Double digits is not something they want to give to Windigo, and they most likely could deny it. They most likely could say, you know what, you have done a brilliant job, Windigo. Great one, but it's time to stop. And as Filthy Frank said, it is time to stop. In the eyes of GamerLegion, most definitely it's time to stop. There's 1:30. It's left on the clock. we're going to experience... let's say it like that. We're going to experience a Windigo maybe a little more pressure. They themselves got a bit of good money, right? And then as they got a good money themselves, they got themselves just the weapons they need. But overall, Scream is going to be the one who's going to take out nobody yet at the moment. Ships with 45 HP is in a bit of a problematic situation. But overall, the Windigo side is going to go for nothing else than the A-split. And the A-split is going to be met by 3 players who are just waiting this out. There comes a flashbang. The flashbang doesn't do anything right there. And Existence is going to be the one who's going to assist HS overall in the moment. But he is down. HS going to fall. And that's a bit of a problematic as Estonian hit the ground and going to be concrete first on the ground. And look at it. Ships. Knock, knock.
Back to Rap God.
Too early. Too early.
I just ran up and down the stairs. I don't think I can do it right now. I
fine.
can give it a go.
Take a brief.
Once
Take
the
a
action
brief.
starts up, I can give it a go.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Do that.
Okay, well, it looks like they are going to be looking to try and split on the Decisive bomb side. Anyway, you can see 2 players are actually going to be remaining to try and defend, but quickly the frag's going to be coming back and forth. It's the trades continuously, but now it's all on the Hampus, the AWP in play. 1 versus 3. This one's going to be difficult. I don't know if he really has much hope, and I feel like the save is really all that he can go for.
Yeah, makes sense. You really came at the wrong time, Dean.
I did. I can breathe.
It's so. Take a breath. Take a breath. In and out.
I was running up and down the stairs.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
sort some stuff out.
I feel you. I feel you.
I'm a little unhealthy. I'm gonna lie to you, Zach.
You got to do the James Banks fitness program.
I do. He's crazy.
I know.
He used to be like an MMA coach, so he
Mi-
fought a bit as well.
Mitch has got to remember it.
Yeah, no. We're at Copenhagen Games, alright? Mitch is never going to forget that Banks used to be into MMA because he started asking Banks to choke him out, and what? Of course,
Choke
Banks
me
done it. He was like, I'm not scared, choke me out! That's exactly what was happening. It was one of the funniest events I've ever seen. And see, the thing was, Mitch wasn't even drunk.
No.
The rest of us were.
Who's like, choke me out, Banks, choke me out. I love it. I really have to say, I adore him.
That's another comparison to Alex Jones. He likes to get choked out.
Overall, Hampus, he and his crew, they don't want to choke. They want to flex on Windigo 100%. And not give them any freedom with shots like this. The shooting gallery has opened for Existence, but Poison is going to shut him down there in the end. Mid control still belongs to that single Bulgarian. But with 3 players left, they're definitely here on the back foot in a bit of a problematic scenario.
Yeah, just a little bit. Getting even worse and worse. Poison does manage to return 1, but either way, Windigo 9 rounds on the T side is pretty solid. I think they'll be pretty happy with how that has gone, especially considering they're down 4-0 at 1 point. But GamerLegion, they still have to worry because right now, Windigo, they're actually giving themselves the opportunity to make this double digits. The issue is the bomb. It can be cut off right now. HS coming through underpass is in a perfect position to just stop this round here and now, and there you go. It's easy. Up being retrieved, Chips left all alone. We know he's capable, but this is going to be a tough clutch. 40 seconds, and the op is the first thing he has to try and get through as HS is prepared. And of course, he is going to connect the shot. Just a shoulder, all he needs to see. It's 9-6 at halftime, 6-9 if you want to put it that way. A beautiful number for Windigo. A great recovery, and they're looking solid now.
Workable. I think it is actually workable for GamerLegion right now. Before any one of us is going to be cut off, we're going to head into a little break and a little commercial one just in a second, so you don't go anywhere.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
And we're back immediately after we saw a quick Simple bait with the deagle thrown, the flashbang onto coffins. And a man winning a 1 versus 2 clutch. It's time to clutch this one out for GamerLegion if they want to have a quick 2-0. Otherwise, Windigo could bring it on the third map, and with the third map, they'd stay alive in nothing else than the final of Loot.bet Season 2. Lion's share of 30k. Both teams most definitely want that. And Windigo could be the lads who bring it on third and take it home, but GamerLegion, they still got a say in this, and they're about to execute onto the A side anytime soon.
Yeah, they are still up a map and only down by 3 rounds. If you look at it that way, they're in a good position. But here we go. As you said, a quick execute towards this A-bomb site. It's a retake setup for the CT side.
Oh,
Poison,
no.
though, taking a little bit of a fight, ends up getting 1 quick kill. Bubble comes in with 2. And although it seemed like there was kind of ships just chilling AFK in the spawn, it doesn't really seem to matter because he comes back and rips off ahead as well. 10-6. Windigo. They make that a quick pistol round. It could have looked a little bit awkward, but I don't know. GamerLegion just all died. It's really the only way to put it. It's a tough one. They're looking at a full eco now. This is 11-6 for Windigo. That's 11 out of the previous 13 rounds at that point. It's falling apart for GamerLegion. Poison already opens up as well. Hampus, I believe, had a deagle to try and peek mid with. It has been retrieved elsewhere, but still a man advantage. An advantage in terms of the firepower and in terms of the momentum. Just everything is working in favor of Windigo right now. And map 3 looking more and more likely as this game goes on.
And very much depends right now if Windigo is going to let that one slip away once in a while, because otherwise I see them gaining the momentum to overall pick up a fast win here on Mirage. Besides that, final map would be Dust 2. And as you said earlier, Dean, that's like ancient Rome, where the gladiators were fighting back in the arena in the city center. It is basically
Colosseum.
Yeah, no, sure, the Colosseum. But I've never been to Rome, unfortunately. I'm speaking a bit of Italian as I learned it, but Bubble, first of all, he's gonna teach him the language of the knife. Sharp it goes.
Speaking with his hands.
The pointy end is going into the back of the Swedes, and the Viking is about to fall. HS, good night with him as well.
Yeah, unlucko. The knife comes through. It's easy for Bubble. But yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, no, I've never been to Rome either. I just, I know what the Colosseum is. I felt like you just forgot what it was called. So
I actually did. I just didn't want to admit.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
You got me
I wasn't
good.
really thinking about either. Just popped in. No, I didn't get you good. We're co-casters. We're working together.
Yeah,
man.
no. I mean,
we give the knowledge.
I even made it worse, but you are actually right. But what might not be going worse? Okay, it goes worse. I just wanted to say it could have been working. But there's the AK, Dean. And that one is collapsing fast, actually. Oh! Okay. There you go. It seems chips will not really stand a chance.
Apologies. I was taking a quick sip of water.
All good.
Throat was very dry.
No problem.
Do you know it wasn't dry? This round for GamerLegion. Finally, they're getting their hands dirty again a little bit. Able to actually take another round, bring it up to 7. And most importantly, picking up the opening gun round here on the T side. It's a good start for them. It keeps them in it. It doesn't let it slip away and become completely uncontrollable or unrecoverable, rather. But we can see Windigo, they are going to be able to reinvest. As long as Ship saves over that AUG, which it seems like he will, he can drop that to Poison or drop a weapon in general to Poison. And we will see the full investment again coming through.
And there, take a look. Bulgarian anti-air has now been established and brought to the server. But it didn't work in the end. Frack leader is the man Poison, the young gun. Some call him one for the future. I'd actually agree and hop onto the train with that one. But one for the future, it needs to be one for now. And if GamerLegion are going to bounce back entirely, it's pretty much coming down to this round, because it would not only mean 8-11, it would also mean that Windigo is living on the bread line afterwards, and that's of course the last thing you really want when it's such a relevant and important map.
So it looks like actually we're going to see an A split trying to come in from the T side. I was going to say the setup for Windigo is pretty much perfect to counter this with that connector stack. But as we did see the opening kill coming in from Palace, and then Scream being able to actually go ahead and find a second den with a trade coming on the blocker, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Poison, though, the frag leader already, looking to try and extend that lead even further, drops existence, and with that, actually, the bomb, Hampus, though, able to return one, gets the second as well onto Bubble on short, and with that now, Ships left all alone, a 1 versus 3. But a minute remaining, and currently the bomb, as I said before, it is dropped out in the open towards that A bomb site, so will have to be retrieved by GamerLegion.
Yeah, worrisome times, maybe. Worrisome times. The only thing I really hope for is that GamerLegion is not running into this 1-by-1, but I would highly doubt that is the case. Ship's just got to wait it out. Does he know that the bomb is there, though, Dean? Does he know?
He might not. It could have potentially been retrieved. I'm pretty sure Triple would currently be actually blocking his view.
I think so as
but
well.
My point was more that I feel like by the time they come to get that bomb, they're probably just going to have to commit to A.
They do, yeah,
He's getting flanked
100%.
out as well. So it seems like they're going to be able to actually try and peek this from multiple different angles. The issue is, Ships seems at least seems to be cautious of CT.
I'm so worried.
The timing about Unfortunate gets some info. Knows now the bomb's being retrieved. Will he hear the footsteps from behind? Unfortunately, he will not. As it Scream to finish it off. Make it a 3k, a hat-trick for himself. And with that now, another round going in favour of GamerLegion. And, of course, Windigo now looking at an eco.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant work. And a brilliant combination of players just doing it all right. GamerLegion are here with nothing else than number 8 and very much possibly could extend to the 9th just immediately. Dear Dean. As though we see a stack. A Bulgarian tower. You see Victor is right now holding a motivational speech. He's like, guys, listen, right? This is GamerLegion. Surely they're strong. Surely they know what they're doing. But we're Bulgarian owls. We can just fly over them, turn our head 180, and do the sickest frags overall. And as they all agree, not their head. They come into the fight. Bubble seems to be looking for it, and hoorah! There they go. He's actually team flashed. But that motivational speech didn't pay off. No.
Oh, that reminded me of something from the most recent Game of Thrones episode.
Really?
I don't know if you watch it.
I did. I'm just I'm thinking about it. What?
They just ran to their death.
Ah, you mean the Dothraki?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't. I was trying to avoid any sort of names for actual spoilers, but
listen, Ray. Listen.
You just done it.
If you have watched,
Zesht on Twitter,
if
go
you
get
have
him.
not
Go get him,
watched
boy.
the episode by now, it's your own fault.
I mean, true. There might be people still catching up on the show, but yeah,
They don't remember
I
it by
try and
then.
avoid them at all times. I mean, it's not really important to the.
No, actually not.
too much.
It was.
I mean, by the time you get there, you know it's gonna happen.
It still doesn't change it too much. There's one key spoiler, but we're trying to dodge that because we want to see some good Counter-Strike and Windigo. If that system is going to collapse, we're going to see if that's the case. Bubble, Victor, and Ships in a bit of trouble, as though their previous teammates have wounded the opposition quite well. How much more can they get out of it?
Well, they'll hope for 4 more kills. That is definitely their goal. Certainly doable, of course, with the 3 players being weakened up. So it is going to have to be GamerLegion working together. They're going to have to be efficient with these trades, considering there is actually 2 players in position to try and hold down A as well. The only issue is there's not a lot of utility for them to work with. Bubble has 1 flash, Ships has a smoke. Bubble, though, of course, not really nearby, only now actually rotating in. He's in jungle at this point, but they line up for Ships. A 2 versus 2 now in play, and now it's a 1v2 because Ships is now left alone. Scream gets 1 more HS, although he puts his head down. It's Ships who elevates himself as well. And now he knows where Scream is. He's focused on Palace. The smoke dropped on the bomb. He doesn't have any other utility, rather.
He's baiting him out.
That 1 flash. As he now looks to try and go and tap that bomb. Scream just going to peek out. He actually doesn't get this bomb. He doesn't think he's on it. It's coming through, and he just about actually fails at stopping it. Never mind. A little bit unfortunate.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Take a look at it. It was just milliseconds that mattered.
So
and that
close.
is just ridiculous. Once more, anti-air coming in, Ships with the double, and that was the pivotal play that turned things around fairly much with ease. I'm just trying to think of what was Scream actually considering when he heard the beep. I'm not sure if he heard the beep off the defuse, but he should have had.
I don't know. Maybe not. He should have known that it was getting pretty low anyway, so it's just a little bit awkward. That's a round that GamerLegion should have had with the 4-on-3 and then with the trades coming through as well, of course, putting themselves in the 2v1. But in the end, it just wasn't enough, of course. It ends up going in favor of Windigo with a little bit of a clutch defuse. Buy again available, of course, though, for GamerLegion. They built up a pretty decent economy as well over those past few rounds, so if they lose this one, they could probably manage to pull out another buy, especially if they got a bomb plant without it. It potentially could be a bit of a struggle. Scream likely would have to drop a bit, so this could be a position here for Windigo. Take this one. GamerLegion down on a bit of a shaky buy, and that's a chance for them to bring it up to 14.
Seems like though HS is not accepting what just happened there, but as I close my mouth, right, just wanted to compliment them. Instantly though, the GamerLegion site seems to be shut down anytime soon. Bubble waiting back in Palace, or more likely to be apartments, pardon me. Could get HS anytime soon because he's only so low HP. One body shot is enough, but as I say, it's Bubble out, B site. They could be under control anytime soon, as though Knack just waits for the player coming over short. This is so intelligent by the Swede, and he takes him down with ease. Now though, B site is the final obstacle, and Victor, he's not going to be on the right side though. They switch over to A, and that's the right call.
Indeed it is. Bomb's going to go down. HS holding this short rotation. Could potentially get dropped, but he's looking for the quick headshot. At this point, he probably just doesn't want to take the fight, though. Doesn't want to risk it. Victor instead going to have to try and push forward and force the issue. And, of course, knock on the up just finishes it off before it can become an issue. So, 12-10. GamerLegion closing this gap in once again. They got that 4-0 lead. They struggled from that point, losing 8 rounds in a row. And then, of course, only getting another couple of rounds before they were traded back. But they're beginning to get some control now. An eco coming through from Windigo. We should see just 1 round in the difference. This next gun round then could be the one that could potentially put GamerLegion back in the lead.
I mean, this round, very obviously, should be the one of Windigo. It just got to be a slaughterhouse. Oh, Knack! He's down, though. That's uncomfortable. That's an op just now being in the hands of Victor. You never know what can come out of it, but realistically speaking, it should still belong to Hampus. There you go. Poison still does something with his USPS. It's surprisingly many frags they get, isn't it?
That's some pretty good damage. I think they'll be relatively happy with how that went, considering they didn't put any investment into it. So
even Flex Tape can't fix that.
Now. Yeah, no, there was some leaks for sure. But 12-11. It's 1 round in the difference. As I said, if Windigo don't pick up this gun round, then GamerLegion likely looking at a 13-12 lead before another gun round comes out for Windigo. And at that point, it gets a little bit scary for the Bulgarians. Again, a reminder for anyone who may just recently be joining us, as you can see rather at the top of your screen, it was GamerLegion to pick up that opening map.
And they did. It should be this all belonging to them. It should have been done with a much more ease. But Windigo seemed to be back in the right state over here on Mirage. They seem to be back in the shoes in which they belong. I mean, there's a lot people expect from the Bulgarians after they have reached number 15 in the world. And Poison, oh, look how patient he is. He wants to kill HS, but he knows if I'm just going to fire and have no clue where he is, I'm going to fail. Puts him down to 1 HP, and he's not getting him nevertheless. So unfortunate for him, but that is now the power, and that was a clear display of the intelligence of Poison.
Yeah, he's definitely, as you said, a player to look at in the future, and now, because he is certainly still very capable. Yeah. A lot of room to improve, though, which is the main thing that does excite people, because he's already a great player. But here we go. Damage early on, as was seen. HS down to 1 HP. With 40 seconds now remaining, GamerLegion, they want to try and take it towards B, and Ships already opens it up. A nice little angle as he drops Hampus. Knock creeping forward. HS on 1 HP, about to be spotted. That'll be an easy finish, never mind. Get absolutely wrecked. Knock, it's a second. What has happened? The B bomb site's just fallen. Knock didn't even take any damage. They do at least shut down that rotation, the lurk of existence. But in the meantime, HS, while on 1 HP, is chimed in on the up. It's a 3 versus 2. And Windigo, this is going to be tough. They have a kit, but the clock already ticking away, the bomb already ticking away. Do they want to go for this? I don't think so. I think a save is going to be what they're aiming for.
It looked also promising. Stellar times ahead of Windigo. But who can win? A squad of 5 Bulgarians? Or one Swedish boy? Story has been told, B-side has been taken, bomb blows up, Windigo only survive with 2. The next spy is not very satisfying, and this is where the GamerLegion side once more could take the lead. This is where the GamerLegion side once more could be in the driver's seat, as they're fighting for that position, as they're fighting for the lion's share of nothing else than 30k at the Loot.bet series, the Loot.bet Season 2. And Bubble & Co. It's not a now or never situation yet, but it's coming dangerously close.
Yeah, it certainly is the next gun round, the next full buy for Windigo. Could potentially be their last one before the best they could do is overtime, and that's some nice control from HS. Eventually goes down, as Poison will be able to drop him, and with that, of course, retrieve an AK for his own use. And a little bit awkward their existence. I don't think he got that AK, did he? I think he picked his own one back up. Was, of course, trying to get it out of reach of any of the opponents. Didn't want to allow for someone to go ahead and pick one up, but...
Of course.
Anyways, frag's still going in favour of the B-side. Hampus gets 1. Existence will get overwhelmed, but Nock trades it, leaving Poison as the last man. But you don't want to give him any opportunities. He may be a man, but I'd say he's more of a demigod.
So intelligent.
Oh, Hunt's knocked down, knows that he's going to be backing off because he knows that Nock doesn't want to risk that fight.
Yes.
He doesn't want to risk giving away the bomb. He doesn't want to risk the 1v1. And with that, he's probably just going to run away. And because of that, Poison follows it up, gets the frag, gets an op, and now it's so winnable.
It is so winnable. The op is his favorite weapon. That one stick where he performs magic with, but Hampus can chime in and deny him before it gets a little too hot for the GamerLegion side. Windigo got the money now. It's now do or die. It's a now or never for the Owls, as otherwise it would be 14-12 and hardly anything left in those bank accounts. Windigo on the brink of losing this best of 3, or more likely bringing it in the direction that the consequence should pretty much face this one. But it's a now or never situation, and you can expect them to lift up their standards under pressure.
Yeah, I really do hope that is the case, because it's been a good grand final, at least here on the second map, and I want to see a little bit more. I do definitely have to say that. Of course, Bubble looking to try and get aggressive. They brought out the secondary up. That's the switch up for Windigo right now, and the aggression from Blocker. He needs to be careful, though. Players at top mid as well are spotting it, but he still manages to find the opening. It was actually only the second frag of the round, because pretty much simultaneously we did see that opening coming in elsewhere from Poison on the op. And with that, a 5-on-3 being found. This is a good start into this round from Windigo.
It's working for Windigo. It's working. The pressure is not a problem. They prevail, and they stay alive for another day. Put GamerLegion in a spot where they can still afford something. I mean, let's say it like that. They should pretty much lose this round. I don't want to call it off because we're still talking about a Knack and a Scream combination, but Ships is reacting right. Bubble might fall, but his teammate got his back to instantly revenge him. And so Scream, the one-tap machine himself. A-side so far fortified by only 2 soldiers. They got to eliminate them both first. One of them being an AUK, the other one being an AK. Realistically speaking, Dean, this is not happening.
I mean, it shouldn't be. But, I don't know. Let's give him some hope. I don't think Scream really has much hope in himself, though, because he's just going to sit on the plant-in ramp. Just chilling. Going to go ahead and save over the M4, which I guess isn't really needed, but he can just drop that over to Existence. They do need to get a drop going over to him. I guess they probably want to give a weapon over to Hampus or HS just to get that extra utility to keep the bit of money in the bank and just kind of spread it out in general, considering Scream, of course, does have over 10,000, but... yeah, it's 13-13. Windigo, as we said, they needed that gun round. That gives them the chance now. But the issue is the economy had been built up by GamerLegion. And you can see Hampus right now leading the way still with 22 frags. And of course, he's not the only one lighting up the scoreboard for GamerLegion at the moment. Since swapping to this D side, they've really begun to step it up. Pretty much everyone has, which is good to see. And here we go. A round, of course, they reinvested. They keep a little bit of money in the bank if they lose this one. But this is the one that they want to win right now. They want to put a stop to Windigo before they have any chance to get their feet back on the ground, rather.
And Scream and Co., they want to make it work right now. And you see, they do want to make it work right now. All just set up for the A side. Bubble can't hit his first, and so he kisses the ground as HS AK shots make it work. But Victor with the swing. Looked like more could have been possible, but no, seems like Windigo will not prevail in round number 27. Though if Blocker and Ship still stand a chance, the bomb is on a pedestal, and he still stays alive. Hardly takes any damage, and Blocker is there to contribute. It might be Mirage Extended. It might be GamerLegion falling in round number 27. As one after another's down. Scream gonna do it on his own, but no chance. It was a 4 versus 2, Dean. A 4 versus 2. My God.
It just completely fell apart for GamerLegion, and that could cost them the game now. That could send it onto a map 3, as you said. It's at least brought Windigo up to 14, and if they manage to win this one, then what could be the final round would leave GamerLegion with a very weak investment.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have believed it. I would have not said that's possible. GamerLegion, they seem to not really can edge it out, do they? And as Hamperstove gets poisoned, I don't know what you think, Dean, but it smells like an overtime to me. A very high likelihood for that.
I mean, it's definitely possible. I feel like if GamerLegion take this round, though, Windigo then looking at an eco, it should be 15, and yeah, as you said, then the buy comes true, and there's a potential for the overtime, or the potential for the regulation win for GamerLegion, so it's looking awkward. Of course, though, this round isn't over. We've seen Windigo recover from worse over these past couple of rounds. Can they do it again? That is the question, and it's, I would say, a necessity for them to manage to pull it off. The issue is, they've gone ahead and slightly stacked over towards A a little bit more. They have 2 players in position. Just as I say that, though, rotation coming through from Ships is going to put them in a good spot. Hampus, though, gets dropped, and now it's a 3 versus 3.
Especially as they now have the control to some degree. It needs to be Ships eliminated. Can't make that work. But the Deagle of Existence, strong enough to turn this one around. And an AK he now got for free. GamerLegion on the right track to some degree. Especially as Bubble is low HP. It's one rifle shot that can make it work. Going up the barrel would be a major risk. Bubble is only on the 20 to say that again. He's going to be taken out by Existence then. GamerLegion once more on the brink of losing a round, but Windigo cannot bounce back in this one. The money isn't really there, Dean. And now you really have to make one tough decision. Force through and accept the fate of the follow-up rounds. And they do. They really do. And this means Windigo will not have too much left in their bank account in case they're losing the follow-up round. Pardon, this one.
I mean, yeah, as you said, the investment is not great for Windigo. If they lose this one, it's probably over and done with. So I honestly expected them to go for the eco. We were both saying we were thinking this could be a potential overtime game. We were saying that because we figured Windigo would go for the eco in this round, play for the overtime with a strong buy in the next. But they've gone for the investment. A 1-for-1 trade early on, it's not terrible. And let's see if they can manage to pull this round in their favor. If they do, then the table really has been turned. It'd be GamerLegion then who are left with a weak buy to try and keep themselves alive in this map. As we see a split towards A. HS leading the way, spots the initial player, a ramp of Victor. He's actually able to win that fight out, and there's no chance for a trade. It's actually just a fake that's coming through. But look at this, Bubble's ready to spot the cross. Gets a bit of info, pushes out of the door now, and he's in a good position. It was this spot in the previous round that managed to pull it for Windigo into a winnable position. But not this time around. Existence finds the frag. It's a 3-on-3 as the bomb goes down.
And they get past those individuals who are more likely the only one left alive of Windigo. For underpass, Scream is hitting the first. Brilliant move. Does he expect the second? Yes, he does. Takes out Poison as well. And it seems like the consequences of this spy might just bite them as Ships is eliminated. Take a very close look at their economy. Take a very close look at what Poison and Co. are able to buy.
I mean, yeah. It's more so what they're not able to buy that worries me.
Yeah.
They don't get out all the rifles. They don't get much utility. Ships doesn't even manage Kevlar with his AUG. It's a glass cannon AUG. What would you even call that? Because it's not a glass cannon. It's a good weapon, but it's certainly not a cannon. It's like I call a Bison with no Kevlar a glass water gun.
Glass water gun is a good one. As HS is not ready for the second, he still somehow survives with 17 HP. And he gets a lot of attention for that, right? And this could buy them the time. This could very much buy them the time, as HS is once more running out of bullets. There's an upgrade coming in, and Victor is a key figure in this. Scream out. 2 more to go back on site. Saw the barrel of Knack, but he's instantly punishing them. And how is the system now so badly collapsing?
I don't know. It's just falling apart. This could get dangerous, but Existence is in a great spot to shut down the rotation. Blocker falls, with that now the bomb finally should be able to go down. But
Pretty
Shims
much.
is looking to try and creep in through jungle. This could be dangerous. The problem is he
knows.
knows Existence is in connector. He finds the opening kill, but Existence trades. It's the Belgian in-game leader who comes in and finishes it off. That's the 2-0 for GamerLegion. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to happen. After we seen Windigo is such a strong kind of comeback on their T side, bringing it up to the double digits, I didn't have a lot of faith. Actually, they only brought up the 9. I'm lying, apologies. But either way, it was just such a convincing half from Windigo. They started off well on the second half as well. But once the guns came out, GamerLegion just looked amazing on the T side.
Indeed. And well, that was nothing else than Loot.bet Hotshots. Sorry. Loot.bet Season 2.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We have the winner, the one who's grabbing a lion's share. On my side was nobody else than the lovely Dean. Thank you very much for coming by.
Bro. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a clown.
That's okay. I accept you being a clown. I enjoy clowns, actually. I'm not a hater of clowns.
Okay, I don't scare you. That's good.
That's good. So thank you very much for tuning in. That is pretty much it from our side. See you guys next time, and bye-bye.
My heart is so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins. My heart is so hollow, your voice is an arrow, making the pain. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. Empty as your love, incomplete in the space that we go does. And I can't fix it, you triggered the damage. My heart is so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins. My heart is so hollow, your voice is an arrow, making the pain. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so hollow. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so
You are correct.
Chase the wind and touch the sky. A star's light shines